Hey everyone, okay, so I have a book haul for you guys today, but it is a incredibly long overdue book haul. What happened was back in March, I went on vacation with my family down to Florida, and I went to two different bookstores, and somehow, when I got home, I remember filming I remember filming 2 or 3 little book hauls to show you guys all these, and somehow those never got uploaded, and I don't know why, but I just went back and double checked, and I have a book haul from before I went on vacation, and then my next book haul was like a little book haul from the Friends of the Library bookstore that's here in my town. So I know that that was like a while after. So yeah, somehow these never got shown, at least I don't think, and if I go back and I do find it somewhere, then I'm sorry for the double book haul, but I figured I would just do this in case my suspicions are correct, which is that it never got uploaded. And I'm about to sneeze, and I'm sorry if I do. Nope, I think it's gone. Wait. Yeah. So anyway, I went to an independent bookstore down there, which I loved. They had the absolute best classics section of any bookstore I've ever been in. It was beautiful and fantastic. And then I went to sort of a used bookstore, but it was actually like, I don't know, it was set up the way Salvation Army or Goodwill is set up, where it's got, it's all used things, and they've got a clothing section, an appliance section, a furniture section, a book section, DVDs, music, all these things, except this was definitely not a charity shop, like it wasn't non-profit, so I guess it was just a secondhand store. But yeah, I've never been in a secondhand shop that wasn't for charity, so that was kind of weird. Like, I don't know, anyway. But you could tell that books were not their number one priority as far as organization goes, which really bothered me because they had a really big book section. So the fact that some of it was really disorganized really made me upset, because I was like, come on, guys, like, you have a big enough book section that this should be organized, because otherwise, how are people going to find what they want? But I will say I was able to locate most of what I was looking for. So I will show those first. Okay, so the first one that I got was The Fire Rose by Mercedes Lackey. I may have shown this when I was talking about my Beauty and the Beast reading project. I don't remember if I had this when I made that video, but I found this in the used bookstore, and I was so excited because I have looked in bookstores for this for months now, because I've known I wanted to read it that long, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I couldn't find it in Barnes & Noble, I couldn't find it in the Salvation Army, anything. So, I was really happy to find this, basically. And it was in the best condition, because if you see, the spine is not broken at all. There's just a little smushing at the bottom. And basically this is just Mercedes Lackey's version, retelling of Beauty and the Beast, which is why I really wanted to read it. I've heard very, very good things, so excited for this one. And I'm sorry, I'm not really going to have time to read you guys the backs of these, but for some of them I can just kind of give you a general summary. Next we have Sleeping Murder and Murder at the Vicarage by Agatha Christie, which you guys have already seen because I've already read it. I actually have a different copy of Murder at the Vicarage, which I may get rid of now? I don't know. I think my friend has it right now, so I may either tell her she can keep it, or I may sell it. I don't really know, because now I have both of them. But this is confusing, because Sleeping Murder comes before Murder at the Vicarage, even though Murder at the Vicarage is the first book. I don't understand. But anyway, so that one. Excuse me, I'm feeling very coldy. And then the next three are all Poirot. So, yes. And these covers are very interesting. One or two of them I may actually take off while I'm reading the book, but this is Elephants Can Remember, which is very psychedelic. And since this is later on in the series, I'm specifically not going to say what it's about. But all I remember is that it is much later, and I believe this one has Ariadne Oliver in it, who is played by Zoe Wanamaker in the TV show, and so I love Ariadne Oliver because I just think Zoe Wanamaker does such a good job. And then Dead Man's Folly, which I believe also has Ariadne Oliver. I'm not sure how I feel about this cover. It's very weird. It's like super creepy. So for this one, I may end up taking off the dust jacket when I read the book. But yeah, anyway. And then last but certainly not least, we have Curtain, which is Poirot's last case. And this, I know that I think George is there, and then Inspector Japp, Miss Lemon, and Captain Hastings all come back, and this takes place at Styles, which is where his first ever case took place. His first case ever took place. And yeah, so I don't think Ariadne's in this one. But anyway, I'm gonna cry when I read this, and I love this cover so much because it has his little mustache underlying the word curtain, which I think is great. And this is just really like simply pleasing to me. Yeah, so I love that. And then we have I think these are all oh, I forgot one. Another one that I got the hardcover of Wintersmith by Terry Pratchett, which is the third Tiffany Aching book in the Discworld series. So you're not really missing anything, because that's one where I wouldn't be able to read you guys the back anyway, because I specifically have not read the back myself, because since it's the third book, I don't want to ruin it for me, for myself. So yeah, but I do really love the cover. The American hardcover is just really, really pretty, and when more recently they've actually switched and gone to new covers for the paperbacks, and I know there was a paperback printing before, but they've redone the Tiffany Aching series for the covers, and the new covers are cool, but they're not, this one's way prettier. So anyway. Next up, I got, flipping the books. I got a bunch of Anne of Green Gables. I got Anne's House of Dreams, which is book 5, and I love this cover. I think it's so pretty. And the great thing about this is that these are still the same publisher. These are the Bantam ones, but these just came out before my special edition ones that I have for the first 4 books and the 8th book. But anyway, I really love this. The only thing that I don't love, and sorry, it's kind of shiny. The only thing that I don't love is Gilbert does not look how I picture him, but that's because I've pictured him as Jonathan Crombie since I was about 7, when I first saw the 80s films. So yeah, not the illustrator's fault. Then I have Anne of Ingleside, which is another situation where I just really love this cover, and this is book 6. And again, these are ones where I'm not reading the backs because I don't want to know, so I'm sorry if you guys do. Goodreads? Sorry. And then Rainbow Valley, which I'm really glad that I found this one used, because it was one I was debating about, because this is a series of vignettes about Anne's children rather than being a novel. So yeah, I'm not generally good with short story collections as far as how long it takes me to finish them, so I'm glad that I found that used. And then the last Ellen Montgomery book that I have is actually not an Anne of Green Gables book. It is The Golden Road, which is actually the sequel to The Story Girl, and these two are their own little duology. So again, it's another sequel, so I'm not going to read the back. But I have The Story Girl on my Kindle, and I'm going to try to find the audio on either Hoopla or Overdrive. And another thing that I should have mentioned that I'm so excited about is Ange and Yamini, Ange from Beyond the Pages, Yamini from The Skeptical Reader, are doing a buddy read of all of Ellen Montgomery's works, and they started with Anne of Green Gables back in, I want to say, April or May, I'm not sure which. But when they were starting that, I was already on Anne of Avonlea and Anne of the Island. But I asked Ange if I could just kind of jump in when they got to Anne of Windy Poplars / Windy Willows. And she said, sure. So I'm really looking forward to joining them for that, because I think having a buddy for reading all of Ellen Montgomery's work sounds like a great idea. And I know that they're going to continue on to finish the Anne series, and after that, I don't know if they're going to want to do the Emily trilogy or if they're going to want to do some of her standalones. But anyway, I'm hoping to be able to just continue reading on with them until I finish all of Ellen Montgomery's work, including this one. And I have already read The Blue Castle, but if they get to that one, I'll just reread it because it's one of my favorite books now. It's amazing. So yeah, those are all my Ellen Montgomery books. And then that's everything for the used bookstore. And I do actually think I'm going to cut this off here and do another one for my independent bookstore books, just because that way I don't accidentally run out of time. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of any of these, and I will see you guys for part 2. Bye.